Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you would like to know the price, simply click on the link in the description below. If you enjoy our videos, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would buy a watch at jazztime.com, which is why I'm making this video on a Saturday afternoon while you're sitting at home watching in the comfort of your own home and deciding whether or not you want to buy this watch. So if you do, I would appreciate it if you went to Jazz Time and not just simply watched our review and bought it somewhere else. Without further ado, today I'm going to be comparing the Rolex GMT Pepsi with the Rolex GMT Batman or Batgirl, reference 126710 BLRO versus 126710 BLNR. It's the red and blue GMT versus the black and blue GMT. I'm going to talk to you guys about the bezel, the dial, the bracelet, the case, the movement, try it on, and give you my thoughts of each. So let's dive right in. Now they both use an Oyster 40mm Oyster steel case. That means from my thumb to my index finger, and as you can see, they're identical in terms of diameter or size. Okay, that's because they both use a stainless steel monoblock middle case with a screw down case back and middle winding crown. They're both 40mm and they're also the same height, which is very thin, which I believe is something around 12.6 millimeters, which is quite thin for this. Okay, now let's move on to the bezel, which is actually the major thing that is different here. It's not the only thing, but it is the major difference here. Now you see on the red and blue, also known as the Pepsi, you notice that the top part is blue and the bottom part is red, hence the name Pepsi. Now on the Batgirl or Batman on the right, or black and blue GMT, you'll notice that the top is black and the bottom is blue. Now I want to kind of bring your attention, if I was just making this video to tell you that the difference was just the color, it'd kind of be a zonk and a waste of your time. So I want to show you something more in depth. And this is something that I've noticed as well, having handled a lot of these watches. Now if you look at the bezel on the Pepsi, notice that this blue here does not really match this blue here. Do you notice that? I'm sure you do. I mean, I've noticed that. And actually for me, I have had the Pepsi on white gold, and I've actually noticed that as well. And I was like, how come the Pepsi on white gold has a slightly lighter bezel on the top? Like the blue looks a little bit lighter, but on the Pepsi steel, it looks a little bit darker. In fact, it almost looks black. Right? And if you compare that to the black and blue GMT on the right, the blue is much more pronounced, much more like a brilliant blue versus a navy blue. And that not everybody notices, which obviously is why I'm making this comparison. So if you're sitting at home, you want to decide for yourself. Now, I actually think it would be better to have this red and this blue, which would make it like a brilliant blue and a red. Now I'm not Rolex, so I'm not a fashion expert, but for me, I would actually like to have the blue a little bit lighter. I don't know why they don't do that. They actually do it on the white gold version of it, so maybe they're reserving this brilliant blue for their white gold, or maybe it just didn't match the stainless steel. I'm not really sure, but at any rate, that's what it is. Okay, now let's move on to the dial. Now the dial is the same, except you can notice something slightly different here. Okay, which is what I'm going to point out. They both use a maxi dial with luminescent, and they both luminescent excellent at night. And in fact, I'm going to show you what that looks like. Boom, they're both luminescent excellent at night. Now I gotta say, what the difference is between these two dials. Well, if you look at the hands of the 24-hour hand, the Pepsi has a red, whereas the black and blue GMT on the right has a blue hand. Well, I think that's quite obvious. The GMT on the right is a black and blue GMT, hence the hour hand is blue, and the one on the right left is red. Now, I gotta say, from a practical standpoint, you know what? It makes it a little bit harder for me, to be honest, to read this little blue one right here, because it kind of blends into the back, whereas on the red, it just completely pops. I mean, it's much more legible. I don't know how much you're actually using this for the 24-hour hand, But if that was an issue to you and you really wanted to be able to see that hand, it's just a lot easier to see red than it is to see black. I'm not really blue. I don't really know why they made it in blue. I mean, it almost blends into the background if you look at it, and you kind of almost can't see it. And if the triangle covers over the marker, you almost can't see it. That's one of the zonks I can kind of say about that. Whereas on the red is completely pronounced, and you can see that. You know, I don't know how much that really affects it, but that is an issue. I did see that, so I thought I'd bring it up. Now let's move on to the Jubilee bracelet. Now they used to make this black and blue GMT on Oyster, and some people call it the Batman, and some people call this a Batgirl. I don't really know why, but at any rate, they don't make the black and blue GMT on Oyster anymore. They only make it on Jubilee, so there's no choice. They actually don't make the Pepsi on Oyster either. They only make the Pepsi, or there's red and blue GMT on Oyster if it's on white gold. So if you want the stainless steel version, you got to go with the Jubilee bracelet. Now, before you tell me, hey, would you switch the bracelets? Actually, you can't, as in you cannot, because it has a little lip. Because I actually tried this for a customer. Once you remove this bracelet, you'll notice that it kind of has a indentation that makes it so it doesn't just fit the Oyster bracelet. So you can't do that. But I don't know why you would want to anyways. Rolex makes these bracelets so excellent that it doesn't really make sense to modify their amazing work. Okay, now these bracelets are identical, so I'm just going to open up the one without plastic on it, and show you what it looks like. The bracelet is a folding Oyster lock safety clasp with 5mm comfort extension. What does that mean? It simply means that you open the clasp like this, close it, and you fold over the top for a safety clasp. And it has it because this is a sports watch. Now the 5mm comfort extension, it goes like this, and it makes it close to another 5mm. So if you're getting hot or cold, you can extend it or close it. And as I said, they're both using Jubilee. They're both having a Jubilee bracelet. Now the caliber, the movement, now let's move on to that, and I'm going to show it to you on the back. Now, I don't know why Rolex does not show the back of their movement. That's also kind of a zonk for me. I mean, why spend all this money and time and effort to make an amazing movement if nobody can see it? But I guess that's how they do it. It's using a 3285 manufactured Rolex movement with a precision of ±2 seconds a day and a power reserve of 70 hours. It has a bidirectional self-winding via perpetual rotor, and basically it's just a really awesome movement, and it's upgraded. So if you've looked at it, which I have under the loop, and you compare it to the older 3186, you'll notice that the 3185, which this movement is much better, and it's actually more precise, and it has a longer power reserve, which is one of the reasons why if you have this older version, you might want to change to the newer version, because the newer version, of course, is better. It's made in 2020, it has newer technology, it probably lasts longer, and there's a lot of good reasons for that. So anyways, that's a comparison. If I had to sum this all up, I would say, if you are sitting at home and are deciding between these two, please go to jazztime.com, which is why I'm making this video for you. And we actually make it for free, but we don't really make it for free, do we? We make it for the purposes of you going to our website, jazztime.com, and buying it. Yes, we're actually making this video for the purpose of making money, which is why I get paid to sit here and tell you about this watch. So please go to our website, jazztime.com, if you want to purchase this watch. I said I would give you my thoughts before I sign off here. I can't actually try this one on because it's got some plastic covering on it because it's brand new and it's actually for a customer. But I can try on this black and blue. You know what? If you want to see a wrist shot of the Pepsi, you can go to jazztime.com and you can see a full review of the Pepsi on its own. You can also see a full review of the GMT on its own. But unfortunately, I can't try it on for you because it's got that stuff on it. But yeah, to give you my thoughts, if I had to choose one between here, it's pretty tough. I mean, I like the Pepsi because it has this funky red and blue, and it's iconic. I gotta say that's pretty cool. But at the same time, the black and blue is also good because I don't really wear anything that would match with red, but I do wear a lot of things that would match with black and blue, and that it seems like this black and blue could be a better everyday watch. It's actually also a little bit cheaper, but I mean, this Pepsi kind of just screams out at you, and I really like it. So, it's kind of hard to decide. If I were to decide between the two, I'd probably go with probably the Pepsi, I'd say. But I wear shorts and t-shirt a lot, so that's just me. If I were in a suit, I'd probably go with this black and blue much more often. But that, again, is just me. So if you want to buy this at lowest price anywhere online, please visit Jazztime, jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.